Well, ConnectiCon's been over for almost a month now, and I realized that I haven't really done a recap for it, so here goes nothing. But first of all, I'm doing a recap because all the footage I got was very lackluster compared to everyone else's footage. So if you want to see more ConnectiCon footage of the convention itself, go to the channels in the description. They'll have much more footage and probably a better recap than this in terms of ConnectiCon 2010. So, without further ado, this is Unreal with his own recap of ConnectiCon 2010. Okay, first of all, let's start off with Thursday. That's not actually when the convention started, that started on Friday. But Thursday was just as important because that's when everyone was arriving at the Residence Inn Hotel down at Hartford. Basically, during that day, I had nothing to do since I packed up all my gaming craps and I was unable to use my PC at the time because I packed my mouse, so it was just a paperweight at that moment. And I just had to wait till Angel, Halo, and Shadow Snake arrived at the airport, which was around 4:30 p.m., I believe. And just meeting them for the first time was just something I couldn't believe. In fact, meeting everyone, with the exception of SCR since I met him last year at ConnectiCon in person, just meeting everyone and getting this whole thing together was just mind-blowing for me. I honestly didn't think everyone would agree to this. This was just a thought. I mean, I guess everyone else kind of had, like, hey, what if we could go to ConnectiCon? And next thing you know, we all went there. It's something I'm not going to forget for the longest time, I can tell you that much. Now, on with Thursday. Nothing really happened other than we all gathered at the hotel at a specific time, unpacked everything that we brought, and we brought a lot of crap, which we're not going to do next year, but we'll bring the essentials and maybe a few extra stuff, but not as much as this year's, because good God, I think I brought the most second to Angel Halo, or I don't know who else, in terms of solo person luggage. In fact, I had to supply a whole TV since the hotel TVs, they had input for gaming, but they intentionally disabled it for the obvious reasons, spy our games and stuff. So I said, fuck that, brought my own HD TV, which was small enough to fit my Rock Band box. No, I didn't bring Rock Band, that was unnecessary. But I used the box for Rock Band and just brought the TV and a bunch of extra crap with it. And that's how we were able to play games like Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey, which, oh my god, that's such a hilarious game. I want to get that. But other than just unpacking, we really did nothing other than film the arrival skit I planned, which actually we got finished and was quite entertaining backstage. In fact, I will post bloopers and backstage of that arrival skit in the near future. So we all went out to go eat some dinner. But before that we went to go to the convention itself before 10 o'clock so we can pre-register our badges so we can just walk right in on Friday and, well, do whatever. So after we got our badges, we went to the steakhouse to see if it was open. Funny story with the steakhouse, which I'll get to later, which I'll talk about on Friday. We thought it was closed, but I'm guessing that it really wasn't. Again, when I get to Friday, I'll explain that. So we decided to go to the Japanese restaurant, which my dad mentioned while driving here with Angel and Shadow. Yeah, that was for adults only, and you had to have proper attire, so none of us could get in, so we were screwed over again. So we said fuck it and went to Burger King, which was right near the Japanese place and the steakhouse. I'm like, fine. Other than that, we were just prepping up for ConnectiCon, just having our greetings meet each other for the first time, and that was Thursday. A very entertaining Thursday that I'm not going to forget for a long time. Now Friday is when the convention actually started, and on that day in the hotel we met someone named Megan, and she told us about the Star Shuttle, which was a free ride to the convention and to spots around town. very convenient for getting back to the hotel and getting to the convention instead of walking. Because walking, while it wasn't that much of a long walk, it was still pretty tiring. Well, either that or I'm just out of shape. And once we got there, we had to go through weapons check. Because last year we kinda didn't with SCR's Desert Eagles, but we got away with it somehow. But we went to weapons check, and we were disappointed to find out that if it had moving parts, we couldn't use it. Meaning that the Nerf guns we bought had moving parts, of course. So we assumed we couldn't use it. The only gun we could bring in was Blondie's plastic silver gun that had a broken trigger. That got through. And because we couldn't bring in those guns, we wouldn't be able to do Time Crisis 6. So that, we canceled that because we couldn't be able to do it. Originally I would have said, like, well, if we couldn't do it, we would have done it in the hotel, but we never planned it right, so we just scrapped it, and we're gonna have to do Time Crisis 6 maybe next year. So, sorry guys who were expecting a proper sequel to our Mega 64-ish attempt at Time Crisis in the convention, but what can you do? But, speaking of the Nerf guns, I'll get back to that once I get to Saturday, because once I found out something on Saturday, I got a little pissed off, and that really would have made us do Time Crisis, but at that point, we just gave up. So after going through weapons check, we roamed around the convention. Tom Dog went off on his own most of the time, so I don't know what he did. If you want to see what he did, wait till he uploads his stuff, which I don't know when that will be. You just keep a lookout for it, okay? So, well, most of us just went straight to the gaming room, and what we assumed was the line for the dealer's room, because you couldn't carry in bags, it was extremely long. So we said, fuck it, we'll just go to the gaming room, but then again, I think at that point I didn't have the bag. Oh wait, no, I did have my bag that I probably couldn't bring into the gaming room because we filmed that one caveman skit outside before actually stepping in, which I'm glad I got to do that. That was probably the most fun filming I've ever had, just because we've wanted to do it for so long, but we actually got it done. It just took us 2 takes and that's about it. So, gaming room, one complaint, fuck GameStop. Their Rock Band stations sucked, because they had one instrument for like each TV, as in like one Rock Band, one instrument, except for the tournament ones, which was really stupid. One had like the guitar, bass, and well, a drum set with no drumsticks, so you gotta be kidding me, that was pretty stupid. So if GPX Gaming can do that next year, the gaming room I mean, just please don't do what GameStop did, because a lot of their stuff did suck, but they did have a DDR machine, but never really got to go on it, because so many people love going on that damn thing. Then we got in the dealer's room, and that's when I bought... I went on a spending spree in the dealer's room throughout this entire convention, and I'll explain what I bought later, but yeah, there was some good crap in the dealer's room that I didn't see last year that I just had to get since I had much more money than I did last year. As for everything else, hold on, I'm trying to remember. It's been about a month, I'm trying to remember most of this stuff. Oh yeah, we did go back to the hotel at one point to like drop off our crap we bought, and that was actually after me, SCR, and Shadow Snake met up with Carlos Ferro again on Friday, because me and SCR met him last year. So instead of having a Gears of War product, we decided to like have him sign different games. SCR got his copy of Balloon Fight signed by him. Shadow Snake bought Star Gladiator and got that signed, and I bought Secret of Evermore, which he signed on the back. And that was actually pretty entertaining. Then me and SCR went back to drop our crap off and went back to the hotel. Oh boy. Fire trucks. I got scared because of the fire trucks. Mainly because I thought I was to blame to it because I brought the TV and that could have caused a fire hazard by plugging it in. But the real issue was that a water pipe leaked in the elevator. So our room was pretty much safe, but since the elevator were down, we had to go up 8 flights of stairs. And that proved how much out of shape I was. I almost didn't make it. But I did make it, but I collapsed as soon as I got in the hotel room. And to pass the time while having a few cups of cold water just to get my energy back, decided to play Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey for the first time, and I love it, especially with the fights every 5 seconds cheat. Like, some of the funniest stuff, like, why can't gaming be that arcadey anymore? That stuff's fun, and I'm not even a fan of sports games, and I want to get that game. And everyone else came back to the hotel a bit, just to, like, relax and stuff. Then we headed back. We didn't see Carlos Ferro again until Saturday. And other than that, we just went gaming room or went around our separate ways. I believe on Friday I went with Wiz and Shadow Snake to the screening rooms where I saw 2 animes. One was Infinite Rivius, and we dropped in on episode 5, and fuck that anime. That did not leave a good impression on me. It dragged. It was boring. It was obviously dubbed, and the dub was terrible. And just, the plot was convoluted. Sure, we were on episode 5, but it felt like a convoluted episode 1 of a series. Because one character looked like Shinji from Evangelion, and Hiro from Gundam. And they're both brothers, so yeah, that was an easy one to make fun of. Right after that, though, was, I believe it was called Greenwood. Yes, Welcome to Greenwood, I think. That was better, but that didn't fare much better. In the booklet after the convention, I looked up and it said Greenwood was supposed to be subtitled. This one was dubbed. Because I think because they requested the dub or something, I don't know. The dub wasn't that good, but trust me, it was much better than Rivius, but both were not that good, honestly. And I think after that, that's where we kind of stopped, other than just obligatory game room and dealer room visit for like the 50th time. And on Friday after the convention, yeah, we actually did go and look at the steakhouse. Yes, it was on Friday. We went to the steakhouse, and we still thought it was closed, but the entrance actually looked like a back door. But yeah, that was the entrance to the steakhouse, so we went there. The prices were expensive on that, since that was pretty much a high-class restaurant, and we decided to get like a $15 burger, and those were delicious. Those were so tasty, I would go there again next year just to get that burger again. And we probably will, so who knows. Other than that, we just went back home. Well, not back home, back to the hotel. Went back to the hotel and just crashed for the night. And since I couldn't sleep, I went with Wiz and Shellsnake to watch Personal Nightmare. Which, Angel Halo, the game sucks, okay? The game was so boring that Wiz were going to put a 30-second annoying song loop that drove me insane. And it did help me sleep a little bit from laughing so much at it. And before I went to sleep, I went back to the proper room. SCR was wide awake because he passed out and went home earlier before all of us. And we played Blastcore until we decided to get tired. Fuck the backlash in Blastcore. Me and SCR have to agree on that. But yeah, Blastcore, I missed that game. It was really fun, but fuck the backlash. And that pretty much sums up Friday. Let's go on to Saturday.